Hello everyone, I'm Thayang and we are doing written communication while negotiating business deal in China. We have already seen how to write an introduction email. In this video, we'll have a look at how to write or respond to an inquiry email. We have already seen that an introduction email has various subparts, and by following these subparts, we can easily draft an introduction email. These subparts are: first, to tell about the source of information, where you come to know about the buyer or seller. Second, the purpose of your writing this letter. Third is introduction of your organization. Fourth is introduction of your product and service. And fifth is closing on a hopeful note of receiving a query or an order. These are important parts of an introduction email. An inquiry email could be included and an introduction email only. So if we want to make the first email an inquiry email also, we can add inquiry into that as well. An inquiry email is different from an introduction email because of four important points. These are: first is product description. A query email mentions what product specifically you are looking for, or 篇名及规格, the description and specification of a product. In a query email, there is description and specification of a product. So you have to clearly specify which grade, which quantity, which quality you are looking for in the product. Second is price. Price can have different features. So it could be price per unit of something, price per container, FOB price, CIF price. So there could be many price, and you have to be very clear while writing a query email. Third important point is about terms and conditions, or 条件, conditions of dealing. These could be payment terms, delivery terms, packaging, or other important contracts while dealing. And finally, the fourth point in a query email is asking for a sample, 样品. So you ask for a sample. So these are 4 points that differentiate an inquiry email from an introduction email. You specifically mention the product and the type you are looking for. 篇名及规格, the description and specification. You ask for a price, 价格. You ask for terms and conditions, 条件. We'll go to the subheads of these main heads in a while. And finally, you ask for a sample, 样品. Let us now have a look at these parts. First is product description and specification. 篇名及规格. While writing a query email, you have to be specific about the type, grade, or quality you are looking of in product, in order to avoid considerable loss of time and confusion at later stages. So you have to be clearly mentioned about the product, the description, and specifications. Second is price, 价格. There can be many forms of prices. For example, it could be price per unit, price per container, CIF price, FOB price. So you have to be clear about what price you are asking. Third is terms and condition, 条件. These could have various subheads such as payment terms and conditions, 付款条件. These are payment conditions. Packaging, 包装. What kind of packages would this product would be delivered in? 包装 is packaging. Delivery date or expected delivery, 交货期, expected delivery time or expected delivery date. And finally, very important, minimum order quantity. This is specifically important for retail products where the buyer is looking to understand the market potential of a product. So for example, if you are in textiles, retail textiles, you want to first check whether there is a market for this kind of a product. You ask for a minimum order quantity so that you can have an idea about its working in this market. So minimum order quantity is very important because the suppliers might not be interested in supplying below a particular quantity, and buyer also would like to have least quantity so as to reduce his risk of market, and first understanding the market before ordering bigger containers or more quantity. So this could be minimum order quantity. This could also be in terms and condition, and a very important part of terms and condition, minimum order quantity, or 最低订货数量, minimum order quantity. What would be the minimum order the supplier is willing to supply, the minimum order quantity. And finally, samples, yang pin. You can ask for sample. So inquiry email had to be very straightforward and without any formalities. So you can simply start a query email with 听保证, please tell or please provide or please report. 听保证, please provide. And similarly, a response email could be 宣保判如下. The present offer is as follows. So first one is please provide this, and the second part is while responding, this is the present offer, or this is the offer we are currently offering. This price or these terms are we offering. So if we are writing an inquiry email for a product, we say 听保证, please report. And if we are responding to an inquiry email, we write 宣保判, present offer 如下 is as follows. So again we write this letter in bullet format so as to avoid grammar errors in language. So first part would be product specification, which is 片面及规格, description and specification. And in front of this we mention the product name and type or quality. Second is 价格, price. So price we are looking for, whether we are looking for FOB price, free on board price, or CIF pricing. The difference between FOB and CIF pricing is FOB pricing, in this the buyer pays for shipping, and in CIF pricing the seller pays for shipping and delivery. So if you are asking for an FOB price, you could write 最优惠. 最 is best. 优惠 is preferable or preferential. FOB, so free on board. Shanghai 一价, Shanghai pricing, the FOB price in Shanghai, from Shanghai. Or if you are asking for a CIF pricing, you could ask CIF 美元, CIF price per yuan in American dollars. Next we look at terms and conditions. We have already seen these important terms and conditions are, first is payment terms and conditions. 付款条件, payment terms and conditions. Packaging, 保障. Expected delivery date. 交货期, expected delivery date. And finally, and most important, minimum order quantity. 最低订货数量, minimum order quantity. And finally, we close this inquiry letter by asking for a sample. 并请寄送样品, please send samples. 样品一份, please send samples. So we can always close this letter by writing this line and asking for samples from the supplier. So this was an inquiry email for asking for a quotation for a product or services from Chinese manufacturers.